Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. With that, let's get up to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. For the call, we bring in our broadcast team.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Now Leonard Fournette. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Go, Jackrabbit, come on.
Fournette. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Hard throw, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Here now the offense for the Bengals.
Well, the Bengals struggled in 2018. Running back Joe Mixon certainly did not. Over 1,100 yards running the ball, caught 43 passes. Expect both of those numbers to continue to climb in his years in the NFL.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Got his man, it's Eifert. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Dalton here from the gun. He'll let this go end zone for Green. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On the jet sweep, here's Westbrook. On EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Minshew. He's going to rifle. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go.
Well, a couple of good division battles coming up in primetime this weekend, starting tonight with Sunday Night Football, Eagles and Cowboys from AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Then tomorrow on Monday night, it's the defending champs, the Patriots, on the road at MetLife Stadium to take on the Jets. 2 not to miss to close out Week 6. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for 28 yards. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. And Dalton to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. On the run, it's Fournette. Fournette fighting through. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Yes, sir. Leonard Fournette has a well-deserved reputation as a physical, powerful runner. He's going to drop his shoulder and run over people time and time again. I think he uses it to his advantage, though. How about that last run? Set him up. Looked like he's going to drop the hammer, but gave a little wiggle, a little shake. And what did he do, partner?
Left the defender right there in his wake. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And now the throw taken in by Chark. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the draw, this is Fournette. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. He's got the first down inside the 10 and all the way down to the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Sort of interesting going with a draw play there. Do you like that call?
I don't, but it would be a lot more powerful coming from me if I'd said it before the play actually happened, if I'd first guessed it. But look, a draw in that situation, heavy risk reward. If he walks in,
and he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Fournette. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Let's get it.
So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Lambo is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A first down throw coming for Dalton. That's complete to John Ross. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So the second half upon us sooner than second half. Let's do it. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Jags grab it. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
On a jet sweep, here's Westbrook. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. On 4th down, Minshew. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Raquel Armstead, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 17-14. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Here we go.
Back now, a hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Calais Campbell make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now Fournette. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Darqueze Dennard there to make the tackle. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They'll run it again with Fournette. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Minshew sets to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And that is incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road? And everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. They'll run with Fournette. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up.
And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Go there. 90 Wolf.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Looking to throw it, Minshew. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Geno Atkins forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. On 2nd and a long way to go. Minshew. The open man is Westbrook.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And his kick is good. Despite the rainstorm, a good snap, a good hold, and the kick went through. And the Jaguars have won the game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Jacksonville, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1.